Hi everyone, I'm Brian, aka SYML, and I have a new song out right now with Elsa y Elmar called My Best Self, and make sure to check out my interview with Mr.Indie. Yeah, so it's my first time here, and I arrived 2 days ago, and it's beautiful. I mean, like I've gotten to drive around the whole city and see all the traffic and like all the people, and there's so many different like neighborhoods that feel very different. So it's like it's been a rush because it's been so quick, but eaten a lot of good food, and everyone is very kind. So it's been a nice trip so far. I mean, like any song, first of all, Elsa is amazing. And when I found her music, I just sort of reached out like as a fan, and then I sent her the song and she connected to it, which was great. I think that as soon as you write a song and put it out into the world, it becomes the listener's song. And so my grief is different than your grief, but like we both have grief. So the fact that like we're sort of unified in that experience, the same could be said for like loving yourself. And I think that that is at the core of how we learn to love others as well. And it's sort of like a whole cycle of loving yourself. And so it takes patience and forgiveness. And yeah, the song is very upbeat and happy, but the core of it is very serious. So I was just so happy that Elsa realized that and connected to that. Yeah, I mean, I can't speak Spanish very well, but I think another amazing thing about music is that it doesn't need words necessarily to be touching and reach people. So to me, somebody who like doesn't speak Spanish, that's almost the same. Like I can write music for somebody who sings in Spanish, and the words would be so different from how I would write them in English. So I'm really into that. I've known Paul for a long time, and he is a really honest performer. So he encourages honesty in the artists that he works with, and I really trust his ear. So when I showed him the song, I think he understood it right away. And I think at a certain point after you work with somebody long enough, like you don't have to say, like, are you sure? Like, do you mean that? Like, it's just innate, like it's understood between us. And yeah, he helped shape the song, keeping it simple. That's like the main goal. Thank you. My dad, I think he heard maybe like half the songs. But what's interesting is I released an EP right before this album, and it was the more like sad, grieving songs, and he didn't hear any of those because he had dealt with cancer for like 2 years, and I think the last thing he wanted to hear was like sad songs about being sick and about being lost to somebody. But my dad and I had a really good relationship where we had said everything to each other, so I know he knew what I was singing about for sure. But it made for, yeah, like Phil had a kid, the producer, and I lost my dad. So it was like this full life circle experience with fleshing out the songs and singing them. It added a new dynamic, it wasn't like great all the time. It was pretty hard and uncomfortable, but beautiful overall. The new songs, yeah, my favorite song to play live is called Corduroy. And it's like reminds me of being a kid, and it's also like very wholesome and sort of speaks about hope and the positive side of being a human instead of like the awful side, which also exists, but I write a lot about that. So yeah. Oh my gosh, that'd be amazing. We don't have a plan to do that, but when I saw her in London, we had talked about doing this on there, and I think she was like pretty new into this tour set, and it was like a lot because she's poured so much work and like detail into her set. It's like, did you go to the show? here. It's so beautiful and like perfect. So I sort of agreed to like not try to do it then because it would be like a new thing and it wouldn't be every night. So I think that would be maybe hard for her, but I would absolutely love to sing, to play this song with her. One of the biggest things to know is that I didn't like plan for this to be an artist project, really. I was making music for myself and for what I thought would be good with like TV shows and sort of sad love scenes. And then it just worked to be resonate with people. And I take it really seriously that like my music can help somebody else to feel something and to unlock like feelings and hopefully like honesty within all of that, to be themselves and to know that they deserve to be treated well and loved, and that we all carry the same sort of grief and sadness. And yeah, just that it wasn't planned, and this is all coming from a place of attempted honesty. Yeah, I mean, so I have a family and I plan to spend time with them, but also just be in the studio. Like that's my favorite place to be outside of being with my family. So yeah, I have a few different projects I'm working on to explore and grow and challenge myself, hopefully. So that's going to be the next few months, and then the new year will hold some more shows and releasing music.